When Cardiff Bay Development Corporation started the regeneration of Cardiff Bay, they actually challenged the local churches to come in on the early stages of that development and consider an imaginative way in which a Christian presence could be part of the community. They decided they wouldn't go for a building, but they would go for something very different. And someone said, well, this is the old docks, what about a ship? And someone else said, well, Jesus, light of the world, what about a lightship? And it's a powerful symbol.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And as the sun rises, as we commemorate Easter, we sing, Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Sons of men and angels sing.
Happy Easter! Happy Easter!
Rees, I'm the chaplain here at Lightship 2000.
Oh, your hands are nice and warm, how come?
I've been here in my 5th year now. Where does the time go? And my responsibility really is to see to the general day-to-day running of the Lightship, to have responsibility for the volunteers and to minister to them, and then through the Lightship to minister to the community of Cardiff Bay itself.
My name's Pat Williams and we're in the Galley here. I do the rota, the volunteers rota. On a really good day, especially in the summer, we need at least 4 or 5 people in the Galley because it can get very busy. You know, people to do the dishwasher, just collecting dishes and serving and talking to people.
My name's Catherine, I'm a volunteer. I work in the Galley. The atmosphere here is really good. Everyone's so lovely and really encouraging. So.
I'm Laura, I'm a volunteer at Lightship 2000. I've been a volunteer down here altogether for 7 years. It's unique, isn't it? It's so unusual, and people come on here and they can be in the chapel, or they can just treat it like an ordinary restaurant. It doesn't really matter.
It's so cold.
Whoa!
Hello, my name's Rachel and I help volunteer in the Galley. I think it's somewhere different to where I've worked before, and it's a really nice friendly atmosphere and nice, and it's quite relaxed as well and really friendly, and everyone's really nice to everyone.
I consider myself, because it's in the infancy of a developing of chaplaincy, that I'm a seed sower. I've been throwing out the seeds, preparing the ground, if you like, and therefore it takes time for those seeds to develop and for the product to be seen. That is beginning to happen. I'm now accepted more and more by the secular community. So often the church is not user-friendly.
Well, it's different to going to a church every Sunday, a building. And to me, looking at the church as it was at that time 10 years ago, the membership was falling, and I thought that this, at that time, was going to be a very exciting time for children to be re-educated again to Christian life. And when they do come in here, they are very excited about everything that's happening here. New ideas of introducing the youth of today into the Christian life again.
We always come for a visit when we come down to the bay, to the Lightship, and just when we're just having a drink here, and the lady suggested we come and do the quiz, the Easter egg hunt, so that's what we're doing now.
From how many miles away could the light beam from the light tower be seen? 25 miles.
Well, I think people have a hang-up about going to church. People, when you arrive at the front door of a church, there's a hesitancy to open it because you're not quite sure what you're going to find behind. And we don't intend it that way, but that's how we're built, you know. It's a sort of no-go area, and when you go into church you have to be quiet. You have to, you know, sort of behave yourself. Well, we wanted something where people could relax, be themselves, and come on and discover, oh, there's something different here. So what they see is a former Trinity House Lightship. That's what they think they're coming on to. And it's only when they come on that they discover, well, why have you got a chapel on board? And of course it opens up all manner of conversations, answers and questions sort of thing. So the reason why we had the Lightship was because it was user friendly, because it would welcome people with faith and without faith, or of other faiths. So it would be totally inclusive of everyone and excluding of no one.
My name is Frank Max. I started working on the Lightship 2.5 years ago as maintenance officer. Basically, my work involves the maintenance on board the ship, the painting, keeping the ship clean, health and safety, and talking to the visitors. They all say I'm a good talker.
This is my best side, isn't it?
What made you come on board the ship today then?
I got 2 horrible grandchildren with me.
Have you grandchildren?
So I follow them around, you see.
Yeah. Today is Tuesday. When we get all the volunteers on board on a Tuesday, I find the jobs up for them, and I can always find work for them. That's another thing they always say about me, I can always find jobs. Nice little jobs, I say. Got a nice little job for you today.
Hiya. Alright.
Well, the whole ship was painted. You know, from stem to stern, we say, you know, and top from bottom. Most people do like ships. They like to have a little peep around here and that, and they come and say what time you're sailing and different things like this. And you spend a lot of time on a ship. The last trip I done was 13 months away. It's part of a living thing, I think, really. You know, the ship moves you from one part, it looks after you, keeps you safe, gives you work, gives you employment. A wage.
Hello, what are you doing? Nothing.
Well, I just came down for a walk around the bay, and the ship was here, and be fair, it was a hell of a mess, wasn't it, Les?
Yes.
Hell of a mess, yeah. But I mean, over 9 years, well, we've sorted it all out. All of us, everybody.
My music teacher brought me down here actually, and introduced me to the ship in 1994, and I've been here ever since.
So what's made you keep volunteering here for 10 years then, Rees?
Well, the company really. I live on my own and gets me out of the house 3 days a week, so I'm quite happy to come down here.
Yeah, you're doing a nice job there, aren't you?
Well, I don't know about that. We'll see if we can find out.
Do you think you'll get it to work?
We always get them to work, don't we? Eventually.
Eventually.
I'll come into retirement. I still wanted to do something, and there's a mixture here of doing what I like doing from engineering point of view, and still supporting a Christian charity and the Christian life in the middle of the commercial life of the Cardiff Bay.
I first came down to the Lightship about 5-6 years ago, just as a visitor for a cup of tea and a biscuit on a Saturday mornings when my daughter was busy doing gymnastics. And I really liked the idea of a church being out in the community. I liked the fact that there's people from all the different denominations of the church working here. And I think it's lovely that it's become a beacon to the community. You can slip on board, you can sit in the chapel, you can say a prayer, or you can just enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. Sam, can you keep the noise down, please? All right.
Won't be long now.
Okay. My husband said that I became a much happier person ever since I worked here. There's something about the Lightship that rubs off on people. The Volunteers Fair is a way of small charities publicising the work that they do. We've run 2 now, and this year was very successful. We created a piece of artwork which has been on display in the National Assembly, which is all good to publicise, you know, the fun you can have in being a volunteer.
And it was in John's Gospel. Yeah. There's a time and season for everything. It's time to eat and time to refrain from eating.
horrible lot. I'm Sheila McLean. I'm in the mess room of the ship where the crew used to eat their meals. It has got a wonderful atmosphere. It's a lot of Christian friendship. If you're in trouble, I mean, I was in hospital for a while, had a very big major heart operation, and I was inundated with visitors, with prayers, with cards. That's what brings people to the Lightship more than anything, I think, is the Christian friendship.
I'm Margaret Beak, I'm the Galley Manageress of the Lightship 2000. I think it's a place where people feel comfortable. I hope they do anyway. I think you've only got to read the prayer book to see that it's a place where people can unburden. And yeah, those who would not necessarily go into a church building will come here and they will share their problems or their joys or anything with us. And I think it's an important Christian presence in the Bay.
Breathe on me, breath of God, fill me with life anew. Your life be mine in all I love, your power in all I do.
Today we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Lightship coming to Cardiff Bay, and also in 50 years since it was first launched as a ship. I would like to congratulate and say thank you to the management committee and to the many volunteers who worked very hard to make this the success story that it is.
Well, I think that it is a unique space, and the fact that it is a ship, it is a lightship, and all the symbolism of that means that it is, for me, I suppose, the most weird and wonderful religious building in Wales, I think, and long may it remain so.
Happy 50th birthday, Lightship!
Happy 50th birthday, Lightship!
Happy birthday, Lightship!
Penblwydd hapus iawn I golau long ar 10 mlynedd fod yma yn Dinas Cardydd, yn y Bay yn Cardydd. I'm very happy and a very, very long future on this very happy birthday to the Lightship 2000.
You know, sometimes people look at the future and they're despondent. I look to the future with confidence and with eternal hope.
Here I am, Lord, is it I, Lord? I have heard your calling in my night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart.
Happy birthday, Lightship. Happy birthday, Lightship. Happy birthday, Lightship. Happy birthday to you.